Ralph Smedley, the founder of Toastmasters International, believed that we were born with latent leadership skills, and that through the exercise of performing the roles within an actual Toastmasters Club meeting, that we could develop and hone those leadership skills. To help us to do that, Toastmasters International developed the Competent Leadership Program and the actual manual to go with it. Within the Toastmasters environment, we always focus on the speeches and the speaking. But there's another parallel path within your career as a Toastmaster, and that is developing your leadership skills. My objective tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is to give you a briefing on the Competent Leadership Program and what you can achieve by getting involved and moving through and doing the projects within the Competent Leadership Manual. The Competent Leadership Program gives you the opportunity to focus on different aspects of leadership. So what is leadership? There's a lot of opinions about leadership, and you can read, there's a library full of books talking about leadership. But basically it comes down to this. It's your ability to be able to think or create a vision, to think clearly, to plan, facilitate, and to motivate others to move forward with that plan. So how does a Toastmasters meeting help you do that? Well, each of the different roles within the meeting actually can be used to develop leadership skills. So, for instance, the grammarian. You ask, well, what's the grammarian do? He listens during the meeting and gives you a report back at the end of the meeting about what words, what sentences, what turns of phrase people have used. So, what's that got to do with leadership? Well, it's a good question. Just let me check my notes. A key leadership skill is being able to listen. Listen to people. Listen to what they're saying, to what they're feeling, to what their point of view is, and then to be able to utilise what you've heard and feed it back, and utilise that to adjust your plans, and perhaps as a leader, the method of motivation or influence that you might want to extend to people. So what's the grammarian about? The grammarian is about listening. The project in the book, in terms of the grammarian, that role is actually applicable to project 1, 2, 3 and 4. So those projects are focusing on listening skills, critical thinking, giving feedback and time management. All of those apply to the grammarian role. So when we talk about the grammarian, in the manual, for the grammarian for critical thinking, there's a whole section on how that role relates, specifically in this case, to critical thinking and how you can perform that role with critical thinking in mind. Each one of these projects is evaluated. So there is a competent leadership evaluator that will do that for you each morning, each meeting, and report back. Every role we do, speech evaluator, general evaluator, Toastmaster, grammarian, word master, they can all be applied and they all are relevant to the Competent Leadership Manual. So what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to consider that Toastmasters can not only help you to improve your public speaking, but Toastmasters can help you to develop those latent leadership talents, or to hone those obvious talents that you have already. I'm encouraging you to pull out the leadership book, because you get a manual. Every new person in Toastmasters gets a competent leadership manual. pull out that manual and bring it along to the next meeting. And have a think about, what role am I doing? How does that apply to the leadership principles espoused by Toastmasters International? It's as simple as that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the floor is open for questions. Or I can stand up for 3 minutes. Time.
Greg, I was thinking, because I always forget my manuals quite regularly. I actually haven't bought that leadership. Can we leave it here? Is that an option? Can we leave it in a box?
You can.
Is there a box that we can leave it in?
Yes, there is. There's a box over here that we use for a lot of the materials we put out on the welcoming table. So you could actually leave your manual here if you wish.
Okay.
I would encourage you not to do that.
Oh.
But I'll tell you why. The reason is that in terms of your role, by the time you get to the meeting, there's so much to do. And it's a busy, active period setting up, helping the Sergeant at Arms to prepare for the meeting. So you're not going to have a lot of time to think about, well, what is it I need to focus on when I'm doing this role tonight? So I would encourage you to put out your leadership manual before you come to the meeting, have a look at the role you're doing and have a look at which project do I want to focus on tonight? What skill do I want to look at developing? So, Tanya, you could leave it here. It's probably not the best way I would suggest to get the best use out of the leadership program. Sorry, Deborah.
I actually bring mine to every meeting because, not because I'm a star pupil, but because I think that if my role happens to change once I get here, which it does on occasion, it's always here at the ready because I like to get things signed off as quickly as possible. So that's why I always have it here. But who is responsible for signing me off or anybody off if they do fulfil a role, such as grammarian or our counter or timekeeper, etc.?
The Vice President of Education is responsible for signing off the overall accomplishment of all 10 projects. However, you can select a more experienced member of the club in that meeting to evaluate you in that role according to the project or the focus that you want to take in that meeting. Okay. So, one of the offers I want to make to the club tonight is that I'm happy moving forward from today to act as the competent leadership evaluator. So if anybody wants a role evaluator, I'm very happy to take their book and to evaluate that role for them on that night.
In relation to that, can we backdate our roles or does this start from today?
It's very hard to evaluate a role that you performed a month ago when you've had nobody there sitting there focusing on evaluating.
Good point, I didn't think of that.
The answer is no.
Good
try though.
How much do you take?
George, 2 comments I can make. Some of the roles are actually, for example, table topic speaker. So if you do have your manual here, and on occasions you were to leave it in the cover, and you could also select and say, oh, which one do I want to do, and then go to our VP and say, I'd like to do our counter next week. And indeed I would, because I can either do our counter or table topic speaker, then I've got 2 more things to do in my manual.
This is a very, very good point, and you'll notice on the meeting, first meeting in June, I've nominated as grammarian precisely so that I can close off one of the projects within my manual. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry there's no time for more questions, but I will take questions after the meeting. Thank you very much for your time.